Welcome to Reread. Today I want to talk about just one-shot comic book. Yes, just one that I want to talk about. Writer is John Ostrander, which I'd totally forgotten that he wrote Boba Fett, Agent of Dune. And this is Cam Kennedy's artwork too. Now, Cam Kennedy, you can love him or hate him. I'm going to be talking a lot about him in the next few videos here. But I think he's a phenomenal artist because, he's not the best ever, but he's the most unique. You can tell when Cam Kennedy has drawn something. Everyone else has a doppelganger, right? If you don't know this, Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo and stuff like that, they have people who write similar. I mean, sure, you can probably tell a Jim Lee comic book if you read it long enough, but from the very first page, from any page you pull from, you can always tell Cam Kennedy's unique art style that no one else has. No one else has. And he was kind of the guy who kind of handled the Boba Fett one-shots at the time. This was one that came out way later, so I'm glad they still included Cam Kennedy to draw it. And of course, John Ostrander is a good writer. Now, is this the best Boba Fett one-shot? Probably not, unless I'm misremembering a lot of the old ones, which I haven't reread right now. I think those were better. This one is just basically Boba Fett taking on a job, but he's getting paid 100 creds, but the real reason he's doing it is to establish his name. His name is Boba Fett, and he can do the impossible. I get what they're going here because he had just escaped from the Sarlacc, and people were trying to say, well, does he still have it? Does he still have it? Boba Fett already had a reputation. Just because he got eaten by a Sarlacc, maybe he got embarrassed and defeated once, Han Solo got the upper hand on him, doesn't mean he needs to reestablish his accreditation. But maybe Boba Fett felt like he did. So Boba Fett goes on a mission to take on these I can't remember, some Imperial agents or whatever who were just basically just torturing and killing and slaughtering an alien race. So someone of that race, that alien, pays Boba Fett all the money they have, they're very poor, which is 100 credits, to kill them both, which Boba Fett eventually does in nice fashion. A little too wordy for a Boba Fett novel. Like I said, not that John Ostrander was terrible at this, but a little too wordy. I would have appreciated a little bit more action, a little more room to help Cam Kennedy's artwork breathe a little bit so you can appreciate the artwork more than all the thousands word bubbles and stuff they had on there, especially at the beginning. But other than that, it's a fine little book. It takes place before the Emperor has come back because they keep saying the Emperor's dead and gone, and I don't think Dark Empire has happened, which is why I place it here in the timeline. I'm sure this has been collected in a trade paperback before, and I wouldn't know which one because I bought it when it came out. Again, Cam Kennedy's art I'll be talking about later, but John Ostrander, I'd totally forgotten that he'd written one like this before. Maybe he wrote the other ones too, and I'm just misremembering everything. But overall, fine adventure, not the best. Every time I saw a Boba Fett one-shot, I was afraid they were going to ruin him. I don't think it ruins him, but it then adds to the silliness that I've been saying this whole time is, how come everyone but Han Solo knows that Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit? That was a big boo-boo. I wish they would have just kept him secret, had zero stories after he escapes the Sarlacc pit. He just basically spends the next couple of years recovering or keeping himself on the lowdown. No, he's taking every single job, and this one especially, he's trying to establish his name back. Like when they run away, tell him it was Boba Fett. Okay, well, but don't tell Han, because Han's not supposed to know till Dark Empire. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right, folks, that's it for now because I got a big one next time.